Hi, it's Jordan Teen 1, and today I am super thrilled to share with you the pattern for my new Simpsons bracelet and also to preview some new Alpha Loom bands that Rainbow Loom has sent to me to get my opinion and also to get all of your opinions on what you think of these colors. So the first one that I have here are the glow-in-the-dark bands, and I think these are nice. They do offer these in the regular size Rainbow Loom. And I think especially with Halloween right around the corner, these will be nice for making a bracelet with ghosts or skulls or really anything. It doesn't even have to be Halloween related. I think it's a nice addition to the Alpha Loom collection. The next bands are the metallic silver, and I have 3 different shades here that they sent. The top one is the lightest, and then the middle one gets just a little bit darker, and then the bottom one just a little bit more darker. So there's really just a very slight difference in the 3 shades here. But I think, again, the metallic silver is a nice addition because there's a lot of times that you want to make something with gold or silver, and I think it just really makes it stand out on the bracelet. And I know I had done some princesses, so it's nice to have this to make the crowns or to make gems or maybe different color animal fur. It just really makes it stand out. So the next one here is a metallic gold, and I only got 1 shade of this. I actually really love this one. If you look at it in the light, I don't know if you can tell from the camera here, but it really shimmers and shines in the light. And again, this is great to make crowns for princesses or to make any kind of accents on a bracelet to make it really stand out. The next bands are in the brown family, and they're both sort of a reddish brown. The one at the top is a lighter shade, and then this one here is just a little bit darker. I think this one has more of a reddish tint to it. And I did use this for Homer's beard, and then I used this other one for the dog, for Santa's little helper. So you'll see that in a moment. But I am really happy that they did some shade of brown because I did find that I was using that quite a bit in my Alpha Loom creations. And finally, I have this light pink color that I think would be great for a skin tone color. And so I only have this 1 shade that they sent me, but I imagine that they're probably experimenting with different shades, and I'm hoping that I will see some different skin tones come out, maybe with a peach undertone or even like a tan. I know that I had used that shade quite a bit in the different bracelets that I had done previously, but I am really happy to see this shade come out as well. So I would love to get your feedback about what you think of these colors or the different shades of the colors. And I know that Rainbow Loom would like to hear your feedback too. So you can leave me comments, and then hopefully you will see these colors, or at least a variation of these colors, become available for purchase soon. So as promised, I am going to share with you the pattern for my Simpsons bracelet. And this is just the first one. I will have a second one coming out with the 3 kids on it. But on this one I have Marge, Homer, and then Santa's little helper at the bottom. So I have found that the Simpsons have been quite a challenge to create. So hopefully everybody is happy with the results. For this particular one I had the biggest struggle with Homer. But in the end I think he turned out fairly well, and I think he's pretty recognizable as that character. To make your bracelet, you can use either the Alpha Loom or the full-size Rainbow Loom. And I do prefer to make mine on the Alpha Loom for a few reasons. I like the fact that the pins are spaced a little bit farther apart width-wise, so that way your bracelet has a little bit more room to grow down in between the pins. And I like the fact that they're spaced closer together lengthwise, because that way those clear bands that tie the rows together don't have to stretch as far. And then another really important reason is because it has this alpha comb that has the 7 hooks, which obviously will help you loom a lot faster. But I know that not everybody has access to the Alpha Loom, so you can definitely make this on your Rainbow Loom. You just need to have your pins set in line with one another, And you'll only need to use 2 rows of pins, so you can remove the 3rd row or leave it on, it's up to you. And then you would just use 7 sets of pins that are straight across from one another. And you would want to remove those blue base plates from those 7 rows so your bracelet can grow down. To make my Simpsons bracelet, I used 40 green, 66 blue, 80 yellow, 25 white, 24 black, 4 red, 34 turquoise, 44 brown, and I do realize that you won't have this shade of brown, so for some alternatives you could use dark gray for Homer's beard, or you could also use the orange color for Homer's beard and for Santa's little helper. You can also incorporate the regular size bands. If you happen to have any different shades of brown that you want to use for that, you would just have to double the band so it equals about the same size within the bracelet. And then I also used 61 orange. And then let me just point out that obviously if you used orange for Santa's little helper, you would have to change that background color to something different. And then for your clear bands that tie the rows together, you're going to need 53 of those. So here's my bracelet once again, and what I will do is to add a grid pattern above my bracelet, and then you can just pause your video and follow along with that grid pattern to make your own bracelet. And if you need any further instruction on how to read a grid pattern, what I'll do is to add the links to my tutorials. I have one that shows how to make a creeper bracelet, and that'll give you the concept of how to follow a pattern on the Alpha Loom. And then I have an American flag tutorial that will show you how to follow a grid pattern and make this type of bracelet on the Rainbow Loom. So for this particular bracelet I used 54 rows, and so the measurement is about 7.5 inches in length. So about every 7 rows equals an inch, give or take a little bit. And then if you did need to add or subtract rows, you would want to do that either on the ends or in between the characters. And I do have 2 rows on the end and then 2 rows in between each of the characters. So you can measure your wrist and then make your bracelet accordingly. So I hope that everyone loves their new Simpsons bracelets. You can always leave me comments on YouTube and Facebook, post pictures of your creations to my Facebook page, and please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on my latest tutorials. You can also find me on Pinterest and Instagram, so please feel free to subscribe to those as well. Thanks for watching!